Hello and welcome back to Higher Maths Functions and Graphs. We are looking at composite functions, so we're going to go over a few examples. So you should have watched the Introduction to Composite Functions video, and now we'll go over a few examples. So given f of x and g of x, find f of 2. Right, so this is National 5, guys. So basically wherever we have an x, we replace it with a 2. So f of 2 is 2 times 2, which is 4. Right, now the new stuff. So f of g of x. So f of g of x. So what is g of x? Well, let's have a look. G of x is x minus 3. So first step, we replace g of x with whatever g of x is. So f of g of x becomes f of x minus 3. Okay, so what have we done there? We have substituted x minus 3 for g of x. In no way whatsoever have we multiplied f and g together, because if there's a mistake that comes up here, that is the mistake, multiplying them together for some reason. Okay, so we are substituting, not multiplying f by g. Right, next step. We want to find f of x minus 3. Well, how did we find f of 2? We replaced x with whatever is in this bracket. So f of 2 was 2 2's, which is 4. What would f of 7 be? F of 7 would be 2 7's. What would f of a be? F of a would be 2a. What would f of a minus 3 be? F of a minus 3 would be 2 lots of a minus 3. So what is f of x minus 3? Well, to find that out, to work that out, all we do is substitute whatever's in this bracket, which is an x minus 3, for that x. So it becomes 2 lots of x minus 3. Again, what have we done there? We have substituted. That's all we have done. We've replaced the x with what's in the bracket. It just happens that there is an x in the bracket as well, but that's okay. You might be thinking, should I multiply that out? You can if you want, but it's okay to leave an answer like that. Right, g of f of x. So what's f of x? F of x is 2x. So that becomes g of 2x. Now again, how do I find g of 7, for example? Well, g of 7 would be 7 minus 3. G of 9 would be 9 minus 3. G of a would be a minus 3. G of 2a would be 2a minus 3. So what's g of 2x? Well, to find g of 2x, we replace x with whatever's in this bracket. There's a 2x in the bracket, so we replace this x with a 2x. So g of 2x is 2x minus 3. Again, what have we done there? We have substituted. That's all we've done. Right, functions f and g are defined by f of x and g of x. Find the formula for h of x, which equals f of g, and k of x, which equals g of f. So h of x, which is f of g, so essentially we're just working out f of g of x here, guys. So what is g of x? G of x is 1 over x. So I want to find f of 1 over x. So just like in example 1, whatever's in this bracket is going to replace the x in f of x. So if it was f of a, it would be a cubed plus 1. If it was f of 1 over a, it would be 1 over a all cubed plus 1. So f of 1 over x is 1 over x all cubed plus 1. So I can cube 1, I can cube x, so it'll be 1 over x cubed plus 1. Right, in a similar way, k of x is g of f, which is g of x cubed plus 1, because f of x is x cubed plus 1. Now what does g say? G says 1 over x, so g of bracket is 1 over bracket. So g of x cubed plus 1 is 1 over x cubed plus 1. Right, notice these two look the same, but they are different. If I took a value, say I take 2, I would get 1 over 2 cubed, which is an eighth, 1 over 8 plus 1, which is 1 whole and 1/8. If I substitute 2 into this one, I'll get 1 over 2 cubed plus 1, I'll get 1 over 9. So that's 1/9, and that would be 1 whole and 1/8. Totally different. So they look similar, but they are different. Right, I'll do a separate video for this exam question because it does have some challenging algebra.